What's going on, common folksters? Welcome to the podcast for the common folk, by the common folk. I had an incident the other day that I'd like to share with you guys. It was a horrible incident. I've had nightmares ever since last night when I had it. It's just one of those things I can't get over, and I'm not sure, I'm not sure what to do about it, so I need to fill you in. I was hungry, okay? It was dinner time. It was time to eat. That's natural, right? Yeah, so we can all agree on that, right? So, of course, I go looking, and I'm looking for some food, and I'm looking, and I find chicken tenders. And oh yeah, because I could go for some chicken tenders. I'm going to go get some chicken tenders after I eat this right now. Maybe some chickens, I don't know, Popeyes, Raising Cane's, I don't know, something delicious, because I could go for some good chicken. But let me tell you something. I went and pulled these, and I was getting ready to make these, and I popped them on the counter, went and made myself a glass of sweet tea, probably. I can't guarantee, I can't tell you for sure what I did, just because it changed my mind that much. So I opened this, and it doesn't smell right, okay? And when you pull frozen chicken out of the freezer, and it don't smell right, something's off, okay? I'm thinking. I take a look. And this bitch had the audacity to say meatless chicken tenders on the goddamn bag. Oh man, no, I pulled out a lighter. I lit that bitch on fire and I watched that shit burn. And this shit didn't even burn either, just like glowed red as if it was like it glowed like yellow cake uranium or some shit, just sitting there warming up as if it was full of radiation and shit. I'm sitting there going like, what in the fuck? What is this doing in my fridge? Oh, I was mad. I was asking people. I was interviewing. I was torturing. All right, I was interrogating. All right, I got to figure out who brought this fuck you to God inside to my house. Ain't happening. I ain't having it at all. I threw that shit away. I got that shit out quick. And then, of course, went and cooked a pound of bacon, let the waft of bacon grease, let that smell waft into the refrigerator to get the, contaminated evidence out. Had to throw away half a bag of frozen pecans, but that's okay. They were bad. I'll get some more later. But I couldn't chance it. I didn't know if they were infected or not. That's what I had in my freezer at the time. It was a national emergency. It was stupid. It's like, the God didn't put a cow on earth to be our friends. You know how good our cows are for emotional support? They aren't. Okay? There's only one way a cow can help you. It's by dying and giving you its giant-ass T-bone, and you sit there and eating a giant-ass steak. Maybe some ribs. Maybe some, whatever you want. You got milk, you got cheese. There you go. Bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? Cows are food, not friends. You can call a cow name. I don't care. Yeah, we all called cows name back in the day. We still butchered it. I'd be the one sitting there eating a rib going, oh, Daisy was delicious. Oh, eating the ribeye going, oh, Henry, this shit is delicious. There you go. So it got me thinking. Of course, because, when I think, shit happens because the world ain't ready for my brand of thinking yet. I'm sitting there in 3,000 already. I got my advanced levels going on. So I found myself onto the PETA.org website to see what they call the best meals of protein without meat. Because it's PETA, nobody gives a shit. By the way, their website just looks heinous. Okay, it's stupid. I don't like this website. It's not sure what else to say other than it's very PETA. Let's see here. The first thing starts off with, vegans are constantly asked where they get their protein, when in fact protein is one of the most easiest nutrients to find. Well, yeah. Chicken nuggets at McDonald's, 10 for $1.99. Get a Big Mac. You can get protein anywhere. We all know that. Nobody ever said it wasn't that easy. These are just some examples of high-value foods with good protein levels, but no cholesterol or cruelty to animals. Not only are these foods easy to find and affordable, they are delicious. I doubt. So let's go on and let's see what these healthers are doing. Number 1, black beans. Black beans are good with tamales and tacos. That's just That's what they're good with. Put them in, put them on the side, eat them with, eat them without, and you know what I mean? But you gotta throw in a little bit of bacon bits in there. Oh, yeah. Black beans are delicious. I'll agree with you there. Let's go. Enchiladas and burritos, soup, chili. Interesting. Okay, try these black bean veggie burgers. No, thank you. The whole idea of eating a burger is food. Oh, delicious. Number 2, tofu. Now I haven't had tofu because I was told it's tasteless, but I'm sure, like, I know there's that one hot and sour soup, at the Chinese restaurant. That stuff has good tofu, I think, like in it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. But like on its own, tofu doesn't do good on its own. Add it to tacos, no, don't. Sandwiches, salads, maybe, if you're having a cultural salad, or baked goods. It could be used to make sauces, creams, and smoothies. That sounds disgusting. Thai tofu lettuce wraps. No, you get meat and lettuce wraps. Don't sit there and eat Thai tofu. You're going to do that shit. Nuts. Nuts. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, everybody knows. Pistachios, pecans, almonds, cashews, peanuts. All in here. They're all delicious. You can make vegan cheese sauces out of nuts. Is that by definition cheese? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that works. Tempeh. This looks stupid. Tempeh absorbs any flour just as tofu does. It can also be fried, baked, sauteed, and grilled. Tempeh can be used in pastas, sandwiches, tacos, chili, and many other stuff. I don't think it goes good with chili. But I don't know what. I'm afraid of what kind of chili they think they're doing. Because there's like the chili pepper, like green chili, the good chili. And then there's the other good chili that's like Texas chili with like meat and beans and stuff. And I don't think this will go good with any of that. I mean, green chili fixes a lot of things like cheese does, but some of these are just. They are too far gone. The devil's got its hooks in them. That's how it goes. Garbanzos, the beans. Yeah, you can just say beans. Legume, well, whatever. They're beans, okay? Put them up there at the black beans. I'm skipping this. Sandwich with mashed garbanzo beans. Yes, look, they even say beans. Just say beans. You don't even have to differentiate. Black beans, baked beans, this, that, bushes, great value. It does not matter. Just say beans. What the hell's wrong with these people? You can mash them to form patties or blend them to create hummus. Well, I've never eaten hummus before. I don't plan to now. That was recommended to me by the PETA website, so I'm just going to keep that out. Broccoli. On to the next one. Quinoa. Oh, this stuff. See, I've had this. This stuff is horrible. Now, if you like quinoa, I'm sorry. For you. You can use quinoa anywhere. No, you can't. You can't use quinoa at all. It's weird. It clings. It's got a weird ass texture. It's like a bunch of scallops, like all like miniaturized and shit. And it's weird. It looks weird. It's got like circles and shit in it and stuff. It doesn't even look delicious. It just looks like, that cold pasta salad that somebody brought over that's got like way too much mayo in it and like mustard or something that shouldn't be in pasta salad. And everybody has to have a little bit because the person that brought it's a real stickler and is going to be a pain in your ass if you don't eat it. Like this. I'm just going to skip. I'm getting PTSD just looking at it. That stuff is no. Lentils. No idea what that is. Other than they can make lentil burger patties. They are quick and easy to make too! Exclamation part. They are also be used to form faux meat. How long are these vegans going to be in denial about, cheeseburgers are delicious with, a cow in it, I mean, it's one thing if you're religious like them fellers over in India and whatnot, and And you don't want to, just how everything is sacred, and yeah, that's fine. But it's like you see all these things. Oh, this makes a good substitute. You can crush these into burgers and tacos, and you can make chili and stuff. You're wanting the same thing. You just think you're on some kind of moral high ground now that you're, eating stuff that wasn't cool to animals. I guarantee you half those animals don't give a shit. And if they did give a shit, then they got away and they got the hell out of Dodge, and you're not eating them. It's like when they started putting names on the steak packages at the Walmarts and the Sam's Clubs. And they're like, oh, would you eat this if it has, it's got a name on it? I was sacrificed to this can eat, They're like, oh, I'm Sarah. I was killed so this tenderloin could be on your plate. And I'll be looking for fucking Tyler. I'm coming over here trying to match my name like them share Coke bottles and shit. That's going to do absolutely nothing. Then you got potatoes. Potatoes get a bad rap. Who gives bad raps to potatoes? Not meat eaters. Meat and potatoes. Samwise Gamgee, Lord of the Rings. Guy who carried everybody and it was a single soul, most important person, but didn't get any of the love or the glory. Nobody gives bad raps to potatoes, Peter. Shut the hell up. We all love them. Oh, don't add them to your tofu scrambles. That doesn't even sound good. You put them in stew, burritos, hash browns, french fries. They're all delicious. So PETA people go to McDonald's and order french fries? Because, technically it's not. Or is, like, the smell of meat still on them somehow and it grosses you out? I bet you that's what they would say. You live free to live your own life and stuff, but I'm free to live my own life too. And part of living my own life is seriously wondering at why you went down that path. I don't get. Nobody gives potatoes a bad rap. They are good. Or you can cut them lengthwise and bake them for a healthier. Don't you dare bake French fries. Those are supposed to be fried. French fries. Okay? Don't you dare bake them and shit. They're better fried. Fried, okay? Just don't even. You bake them, they turn into these like weird chewy little things. I tried doing that one time back when I thought I gave a shit. But I didn't, and I did not, so I stopped, and I threw them away and cooked a bunch of more and fried them shit. You know what I mean? Just go on down, get yourself one of those what's that one? I don't remember what the brand is, O'Hare or something, but they got them nice crinkle cut fries and those giant ass frozen bags and stuff. Get yourself some of that. Go get yourself a can or two of gravy, or make yourself some homemade. Have French fries and gravy. You feeling really dubious and you want to eat a little bit healthier? Get yourself a thing of iceberg lettuce. Get yourself some cheese. Get yourself some bacon bits. Okay, get yourself some sweet pickle chips. Okay, cut into chips. Get yourself some Thousand Island. Get yourself some cheese and get yourself these fries and get yourself steak, skirt steak preferably, because those are easier to cut up. Cut them up, grill them. All right, marinate them, cut them up, grill them. Put the bed of lettuce down. Okay, put the cheese on, shredded cheese, cold. Fresh from the freezer. And then you got to put the Thousand Island. Then you put the bacon bits. Then you put the steak. Then you put more Thousand Island, more cheese, and then you put French fries. You feel free to substitute Thousand Island for gravy in that. That is called a steak salad, and that is called one of the best things there are. And if you think French fries don't belong on salads, well, I'm sorry, Hitler, but they do. Mushrooms are disgusting unless they're psychedelic, and I would know whether or not how those taste. I've never tried them. Although one can only imagine they don't taste like the portobello mushrooms, of which are my mortal enemies, okay? They actually use those for treating depression in mental hospitals? That's weird. Well, I guess I need to call myself crazy to go give that a test out and try it. But, use them on anything. Yeah, use them on pizzas. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought vegans were also against dairy products. Yeah, you see, I'm yawning because I'm bored of all your attempts to try to sway my appetite. Won't work. Mushrooms are stupid. Mushrooms are stupid. They are stupid. You know why? Because nobody likes them. They're fungus. They literally grow out of shit. It's like, that's what you want? You want that? Okay, buddy. It doesn't matter how many times you wash it. You can get it clean. And you know what? Probably you can get all the germs off there. And you'll be perfectly fine. But, knowing's half the battle. Knowing is half the battle. So,
Let's let me tell you a couple things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I skipped because I wanted to see what other kind of articles. Animals are not ours. Well, then whose the hell are they? They're not ours. They're not yours. They're not mine. Yeah. Oh, they're not ours to experiment on. I'm sorry. There was a little underneath loading that didn't load. Work on that shit. If you're gonna say something, make it one slogan, not a whole paragraph. PETA. We stand for. I don't want a 3-page essay. All right. I don't need no dissertation on what PETA stands for or what kind of values you guys think you're bringing to the world. Couple of letters. What do you think the NRA does? We stand for guns. We like guns. That's simple. United Blood Services. We take blood from people and give it to other people. Yeah, that's simple. You know what I mean? FBI. We spy on people and watch it jerk off late at night when no one else watches. You know what? That's simple. Wait, you know what? That's simple. I won't question it. But, PETA. Okay, let me start by giving you an intro. I'd like to make a shout out to Jackie, Jeff, Bob, my friend Jake, that homeless person I ran into one time that was calling me names for being vegan, and my soul partner, love of my life. I will never be to get, never leave with another man, Jeffrey. I just love him, and I love his 9-inch gauges that he's got on his ears. He is just my man. Okay, it's like you get to the point. Okay, Marine Corps, what do you stand for? War, Air Force, we like to fly shit. Coast Guard, we swim out and save people when they make dumbass mistakes. You know, let's go. Half these rappers got movements, and they're and the football players and the basketball players, and they're like, what does this charity do? We help kids. Well, that's simple. What does PETA do? Oh, we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Let me give you the full, booklet. You're one of those OCD people. If PETA was a person, it's that OCD chick, that lives in a bubble, flosses 20 times a day, never sneezes, is never cold, never does anything normal, is just completely just like a robot. And she's got a binder for every aspect of her life. And she's too eager to share it with you. That's what PETA is as a human. And I don't care for that. Don't even try. Look at this shit. Cruelty-free never smelled so good. I doubt. You ever cook vegan patties or vegan meals or anything, or been in a place where they were cooked? They smell awful. They just smell not right. It's like something's missing. I understand. Like, I'd been there when food too greasy or popcorn's too salty at the movie theaters. I haven't been there, but I've been there with people who have been there. But it's like, I get sometimes, getting greased out. You don't like that shit. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, sometimes, sometimes when you're cooking in bacon grease, the extra bacon grease gets to you. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes it do be like that. But never, never, ever, 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 ever is having too much grease ever contemplated me to completely go off and eat healthy. Never, ever has that happened, okay? It's like when you reach that stage in Greece, and like it doesn't really smell good to you anymore, and that's usually like when you're really full because it smells great when you're hungry, that's the constant stage you always have when you're sniffing vegan food. Now, I'm sorry if you're vegan and listening to us. If you are, it does. Everybody's free to live their own life, at least here in the United States. You're more than welcome to tell me off and say try it, or oh, you're mean to animals. And I'll tell you one thing right now is, one, I am not mean to animals. Two, I treat all animals I go to butcher very nicely. You don't want to eat stressed meat. Pig, I'll give him a little back rub, rub his hooves or whatnot, and I'll slit his throat, bleed him out, and cook him into bacon and pork chops. That's just the way it goes. A cow, yeah, I'll talk to it a little bit, pat it on the back, play a little George Strait or Hank or, Johnny Cash in the background and stuff. Give it a name, have a conversation with it, hit it with the hammer, bleed it out, cut dry skin. We're having ribeyes for dinner. Okay, none of us are cruel to animals all the time. We just want to eat. Now, what really pisses me off about that is, yeah, you're free to do what you want with those, and you are free to protest and to tell people this is bad versus this and that, and you are free for this. That's fine. But let me tell you one thing. You are never free to go onto a farm and break into a house. There's this shit thing called the Animal Liberation Front because they think, they're so cool, but they're not. Remember, you are vegan, you are strong. Yeah, that statement is literally redundant. It doesn't work. You can't be vegan and strong. Well, I guess it would be redundant because that would mean vegan does mean strong, and strong would be the same. So it cancels each other's out. That's a negative positive thing. You are not strong because you are a vegan. Cold cause and effect. Go to English class. Don't go into a farmhouse and break out them cows and leave them. I get it. You don't like that stuff. A lot of those farmers just work really hard to get by. And what pisses me off is seeing little headlines of people breaking in, stealing dogs and pigs and stuff from a farm. It's like they gotta live off that shit. Okay, I get you don't like that, and I know that there are obnoxious people that sit there and say, oh, you just gotta eat meat, and we'll go out of their way to annoy you. But I guarantee you, most people just want a burger every now and then. You think God gets a craving for Big Macs? You're goddamn right he does. That's probably the only time he sees Lucy every year, once a year. They come down. Sometimes they'll come down twice a year when they make ribs in season. But it's like, what do you think? Not everybody goes out of the way. Most people don't, So you don't need to ruin these people's lives that are just trying to get by to make an honest living. We're sorry you went to the Art Institute of Sacramento and you're working at Wendy's right now, angrily judging everybody buying Baconators, okay? Because it turns out that being a technical artist isn't a real job, and being in debt for working in school for 6 months because nobody likes your shitty stick figure drawings. Okay, I'm sorry that your life is like that, but that doesn't mean you get to break in and dictate to a farmer who decided to do something with himself instead of piss away his college money and, feed a nation and stuff. Well, what are you going to do in the apocalypse? Are there any vegans in the apocalypse? No. You know why? Because they all died. You say, oh, well, I get a lot of efficiency from all this stuff, and you get that now because you could pay for a place to get it. You're on your own. I guarantee you're going to be eating hot dogs in a week if that was the only thing left, okay? And if you really think you're making a point by starving to death in the apocalypse because you don't really want to hit animals, bully for you. But let me tell you, you did absolutely nothing for any type of movement. Yeah, that's why sometimes I think apocalypse might be all right. It might really prioritize some things for us. Then you watch The Walking Dead and you realize half of them will turn into Negan and half of them will turn into Rick. And it's like, some guys are going to be chopping off heads. Other guys will be going, we're all friends and it's just us versus the dead. All Jon Snow-like and stuff. Which can be good and can be bad. But, there's a simple elegance to life there is now. You just think about this. Everybody wishing for the apocalypse. Whoever. I mean, I know it comes. We'll be ready. I honestly think that if we do have a zombie apocalypse, we'll just all live with zombies and just kill them because our nation has been so prepared for many years. But maybe not. But, let me just, let's hold your horses a bit. Think about this for a minute. No curling. Yeah. Your favorite sport. It's gone. Ain't nobody got time for that in the apocalypse. You better watch it. Okay? You better be careful. No curling. Ain't no curling at all. Okay? Now, this is scary to think about, I get nightmares some days. But then I get on and realize that I started burning curling movies, CDs. Burning them on the US One Gold this past Olympics or a year ago or so over in that Pyeongchang and all that shit, When they were repping that shit, you goddamn right I got that on a CD called US Gold 2018, Pyeongchang, South Korea. And that's the shit. You goddamn right. It's good. I love that shit. I love curling highlights. That shit's intense. You remember that. No curling highlights. No Stranger Things. No Game of Thrones. No Minecraft. No Fortnite. Now that actually might be motivation to start the apocalypse. But it's better to just let the Fortnite virgins have their fun while the rest of us sit there and, ignore it. So it's okay. Be the bigger man there. It's okay. But back to whatever I was thinking of, cruelty-free never smelled so good. It never did. Cruelty free never did, never does, never will, still doesn't today. Okay, it's organic. Yeah, how many jokes do comedians make about that? Like even vegetarian comedians be like, "Organic don't work, boy." Organic is slang for "don't work," as like 4 different people have quoted been said. So it doesn't. Herbal. Now they trying to sell you on it, like this Urban Cowboy Maximum Protection deodorant. Yeah, no, it looks like it was handmade at a sweatshop in Guam. Okay, and it's just people scraping the gunk out of the floor tiles in the McDonald's bathroom in Guam, cutting them into soaps and sending them out. Okay, that's what it looks like. All right, so it definitely does not work. Tom's long-lasting men deodorant. I think not. Every man Jack deodorant. Like they're not even cool. Like that it would be one thing. It's cedar wood. Yeah, that's a good deal. I mean, it's a good smell, but it's not something you fucking want. Clinical strength, certain dry. Dry spelled DRI. Can't even fucking spell. You know. Jason, but it's got like some weird letters over it, so it's probably like Swedish or something. Unscented deodorant stick for men. But unscented means doesn't work as well. If you were unclear on that subject, by the way. Crystal body deodorant stick for men. Kiss my face, fragrance free active life stick. Hell no. All right, take a little word from advice. There's no shame in buying animal products. Okay. There is no shame in eating meat. Okay, you are free to live your life, and that's all good. We are all free. Like I said in the last podcast, we are all cornbreads. Okay, some of us got green chili, some of us were cooked with butter, and some of us were made sugar free. And that's okay, because in the end, we are all cornbread. Alrighty? But let me tell you something. You ever throw me out and give me a gluten-free cornbread recipe, I will beat your ass. Okay. Some things in life, that stuff's meant to be in, while we're on the subject of gluten, by the way, when did we develop a gluten allergy? I'll believe you're gluten allergic, like I said before, if you're allergic to everything else. Because those people that I've seen, like die because of gluten allergies, it's because they were allergic to peanuts, penicillin, air, sun, water, heat, dark, light, floor, carpet, t-shirts, deodorant. That's fine. But some guys like, oh, I don't like gluten. It's a gluten. I'm allergic to it. Like we've been eating this shit for a long ass time, and now you don't like there is no evolutionary benefit. Like, where do you think you get? You people puzzle me. Okay, everybody's wondering why God don't always answer our prayers. Is we're sitting there having gluten arguments. Okay, but you know what? That's it. That's good. That's how we roll. We're allowed to be petty like that, and you're allowed to not like gluten stuff. But let me tell you something. It probably doesn't make that big of a difference in your life, unless you are allergic to everything else under the sun, including the sun. Now there is your history thing for today. Because we did not, well, we may have devolved, I don't know, but it's hard to imagine that gluten causes that much of a problem. Now you're like, oh, that sounds like a guy that has a lot of gluten, and you're probably not doing very well in life. Well, for your information, I'm doing fantastic. I love life. So, yeah, that's right. Who feels stupid now? Now I'm going to go eat me a big bucket of fried chicken that's 100% real, animal-used beef. Shit. Animal used chicken. I mean, it could be animal used beef, but I did say chicken tenders earlier, okay? I'm going to get some french fries. Maybe I'll get some coleslaw. Maybe I'll get some sweet tea. Maybe get me a little roll, a little Texas toast. Come back, watch some Duck Dynasty, live life. All right? And that's how it is. And that's how we all, that's what makes the world go round. Queen says fat bottoms make the world go round. But I'll be willing to bet more than anything that, fat bottoms only make the world partially go around, and it's, gluten-included diets is what spends it the rest of the way, okay? Now, if you were struck with a tragedy like me, someone broke into your home and left a bunch of meatless meat in your refrigerator, just do the kind service
throw them away. It's all good. It's all good. Lord will forgive you. It's all good. There's time to change, and how it is. There certainly is. Thank y'all. Have a good week. Okay? Watch out for the meatless meat. Read them labels. Learn to read. There you go. That's how you gotta do it. That's how I learned. Always had to make sure it's real. That's how you gotta do it. God bless. Have yourself a good day.